Next, we are going to build a REST application step by step. So these are the steps that you need to follow. First of all, you are going to create a project. It could be Maven project, it could be Eclipse project, but here we're going to actually create a Maven project. Once you create a Maven project, then you need to add Jersey dependencies to pom.xml file. And then you're going to add web.xml file. You just need the dummy web.xml file. It doesn't contain anything really meaningful. It's just the web.xml file, indicating to the JXRS runtime that this is the web application. And then we're going to create the two classes. One is the application class and the other one is a resource class. As I said before, application class should be a subclass of the application built-in class. It does actually do two things. It let the system search for resource classes in the class path, and then it lets you specify the base path using application path, right? And then you also have to add resource classes, and then you're going to build and run the application. Okay, so that is an exercise. So let me demonstrate this one first. You can just follow these steps step by step in the documentation. So let me actually demonstrate each of these. You can certainly actually follow these steps later on when you do the exercise. So we are going to create, so let's create the Maven project. So File, New, and we're going to select the Other because Maven is not one of the options here. And then we are going to Maven. You select the Maven somewhere here. Okay, Maven, and we are going to create Maven project. Okay, and select Next. And here we're going to actually create a simple project, so we don't deal with the archetype selection. So select Create Simple Project and click Next. And you're gonna give the group ID. So I'm gonna say com JPassion.rest or something like that. And artifact ID is the name of the application. So I'm gonna say hello world -rest maybe. And you wanna create a WAR file. Okay, so that is it. So you specify group ID, basically kind of domain name of your project, and artifact ID, that is the name of the application. Make sure you select packaging a WAR file because that's what we are creating. Okay, and click finish. So it created Maven project. All right. So now the first thing we want to do is we want to add dependencies to the pom.xml file. Yeah, the reason you got the error is because we have not created a web.xml file yet, even though we say it's a WAR file. That's the reason. We're going to actually create a web.xml file later on, and then this error will be removed. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to actually copy this pom.xml file from this resource simple. So I'm going to just copy this guy. And yeah, so we can just copy from properties. So just properties and copy the whole thing. And then okay, so that should okay, so that should do it. Okay, and let's see. Okay, so we have the copied dependencies of servlet API, and then Jersey servlet core and container serve Jersey. Basically, we actually added these three dependencies. Okay, so we have done that. All right, and then we are going to add web.xml file. So here we're going to create the src main web app, and we have to create web.inf directory because web.xml file has to be located on the web.inf, right? So here, right click here, new, and click file, and then we are going to here web.inf, and the name of the file is web.xml file. Okay, and basically again we are going to copy this dummy web.xml file from existing applications. So this is the web.xml file, and we're going to just copy this thing and paste it here. okay, and save the change. Okay, so we now have web.xml file. By the way, whenever you have this red flag, now we can just certainly actually right click and Maven and update project just to clean things up. Okay. All right, so that we remove that red flag. Okay, now we are ready to create the application subclass as well as resources class. So let's actually create the application subclass. So right here, new, and the class, and package. So we're gonna actually use the same, com JPassion.rest. Typically, you want to use the same group ID as a package name, but it doesn't have to be. The name of the file is, let's say, here we're gonna actually create the application class, right? So I'm gonna call it my application. Okay. All right, my application. So the first thing we want to do is we want to make sure that this guy is in fact extending application class. So by extending application class, we are asking JAX-RS runtime to search for the class path of all resources classes. Okay, so extends an application. Okay, yeah, so now we extended the application. Then we want to use the application path annotation to specify base URI or starting URI. So here, application path, and you want to specify here, I'm going to call it resources, something like this. You don't have to have this, the starting slash or not. It doesn't matter. Okay. So we have created the application subclass called the my application. Okay. So we are all set. Now we're going to create the resource class. Right click here, new class. Okay. And same package, and here hello resource. How about that? Okay, hello resource class. Okay, all right, so now what we want to do is we want to actually provide the path at the class level. So I'm going to say path, and here, and we want to provide maybe you can have hello, something like that. Or if you do not want to have anything, you can just have this one or slash. Okay, so we're gonna have a hello, and then let's add the method. Okay, so we're gonna actually add a method that handles the get. Okay, so public method, I'm gonna call it, we're gonna just return string, and the name of the method is maybe say hello. Okay, and let's actually return some string. Okay, hello JPassion.com, something like this. Okay, now we want to make sure that this is actually handling get, right? So we're going to actually use get. Okay, all right, so that should be it. This guy should be able to handle the URL request of slash resources and slash hello. And then if I want to have another the URI, I can certainly actually add right here, it's with its own path, right? Okay, so that's it. So let's actually build it and run it, and then we can actually add a few more methods, and we can do some more experimentation. So let's actually build it, and if you see the target, nothing has been built, so we have to build it. Right click, run as, and Maven install. So it's going to create a WAR file. Okay, and then we are going to deploy the application and run the application. So right click, run as, and run on server, and save all the changes, and we deploy on Tomcat, and we're gonna restart the server. And initially it will have a 404 because we don't actually provide the initial URL. So we're going to actually specify resources slash hello, and that should actually return hello JPassion.com. Okay, all right, so it's built, and expected 404. So here we're going to specify resources and hello, and it should return hello JPassion.com. That works fine, right? If you change the value, let's say hello Sang. Okay, you save the change, and you can see the application is gonna be redeployed. Okay, and then we should be able to just refresh the page. and you should say hello Sang. Okay, and if I want to add another method here, or if I want to actually have, let's say, its own path, so I'm going to say path, and here, oops, path, and here I'm going to say hello Sang. How about that? Okay, this is Sang, yeah, so just to say Sang from Boston, something like that. Save the change and just wait until this is redeployed. Okay, right now the timecode is configured to check the, see the change every minute. Okay, so now it's redeployed. Now I should be able to access. So now if I refresh the page, it will have 4.4 because there is no the method that handle this guy. So here resource, and is that Sang? Okay, Sang, yeah, so Sang from Boston. Okay, and again you can certainly add another method here, and get, and say hello to Sang 2 from Boston to whatever, and then it's gonna be path Sang 2. How is that, right? I'm very creative. Okay, so now save the change and wait until the server redeploy the application. Then we should be able to call Sang2. Okay, so Sang2, and this time you should say Sang2 from Boston, something like that. Okay, so Sang2 from Boston too. Okay, all right. So here I demonstrated on how to create REST application step by step from scratch. I'll give you guys about 10 minutes to try exercise 2.